The idea that the human brain functions like a quantum computer is one of the most intriguing and controversial theories in the science today. While classical neuroscience explains cognition through neural networks and electrochemical signals, quantum mechanics suggests a deeper, more fundamental level of information processing. So Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff proposed a groundbreaking theory called Orchestrated Objective Reduction (Orch-OR), which suggested that quantum processing inside microtubules within brain neurons play a fundamental role in consciousness. Microtubules are tiny cylindrical structures inside neurons that help with cell functions. Hameroff proposed that microtubules can support quantum coherence, meaning that they can hold and process quantum information. According to the theory, quantum states exist within microtubules in a superposition of multiple possibilities. These quantum states collapse into a defined state via objective reduction, or reduction by Penrose. This process is proposed to be non-computable, meaning it's beyond classical algorithms. Penrose argued that the gravity causes the collapse of quantum state which leads to conscious coherence. Unlike classical neural networks of AI, human consciousness is suggested to emerge from fundamental quantum processor in space-time. Most neuroscientists believe consciousness arises from classical neural processes rather than quantum mechanics. Some physicists argue that the brain is too warm and noisy for quantum coherence to last long enough to influence cognition. But here's one catch too. So many functions are working in our body in quantum biology with this extreme noisy condition. How they can perform at the 99% accuracy and efficiency. Consciousness would be fundamentally different from artificial intelligence and classical computation. It could provide new insights into free will, creativity, and even after death, as quantum information may not be lost. The brain neurons contain microtubules, tiny protein structures that could function like quantum computers. Inside these microtubules, quantum effect may occur, allowing for non-classical computation. Consciousness arises when these quantum states collapse, producing the experience of awareness. It suggests that consciousness is not purely biological, but rather quantum mechanical in nature. If true, it means consciousness might exist beyond the brain, even after death. Before we more dive into this, let's define consciousness first. Scientists describe it as a state of being aware and able to think. But where does this awareness come from? Just neurons firing in our brain? Or is it something more fundamental happening at the quantum level? Most of the mainstream views here, consciousness is a byproduct of electrical and chemical activity in neurons. And others views here, consciousness may arise from quantum processes occurring in the brain, possibly even tapping into the fundamental law of universe, where quantum mechanics is the branch of physics that governs the smallest particle in existence. Superposition particle exist in multiple states at once. And to observe entanglement, two particles can be mysteriously connected. Two particles can be mysteriously connected no matter how far apart they are. There's one tiny fact that you should have to catch. Entanglement in under our brain's microtubules. We possibly explain that we are manipulated by the parallel universe and distant planet. And second fact is the observer effect. In quantum mechanics, there's a famous paradox called the double slit experiment. When particles pass through two slits, they behave like a wave when observed, but when measured, they behave like individual particles. This suggests that consciousness influences physical reality. Could this mean that our thoughts and awareness somehow shape the world around us? Some scientists argue that this is a misunderstanding of quantum mechanics. Others, like Nobel laureate Eugene Wigner, believe consciousness is fundamental to the universe. Not all scientists agree with the quantum consciousness theories. Here's the main criticisms. Decoherence. Quantum effects disappear in a warm environment like the brain. Lack of experimental proof. There is no direct evidence that quantum mechanics plays a role in our consciousness. Classical explanations work fine. Neuroscientists argue we can explain consciousness through the known neural networks and computational model. However, new research in quantum biology shows that a quantum effect do play a role in living organisms, example in bird navigation and photosynthesis. So the possibility remains open. If quantum mechanics truly plays a role in consciousness, it could revolutionize our understanding of life, death, and even reality itself. Could consciousness exist beyond physical matter? Could our minds be entangled with a greater universal consciousness? Could harnessing quantum consciousness lead to brain-machine interference and AI with self-awareness? Whether you believe consciousness is purely a brain process or something deeply connected to the quantum world, one thing is clear: we are just beginning to uncover the mysteries of the mind. Could the answers to life's biggest questions lie in the quantum mechanics? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more mind-expanding content on the mysteries of reality. See you in the next video.